This week's top stories include Blizzard have released details on what will be happening at BLIZZCON this year by providing the schedule and floor plan, plus items you'll be able to buy at the con itself and in the comfort of your own home. The wait for the new item upgrade system has been released this week, as the PTR replaces Warforged and Titan Forged items with corrupted ones. We've seen the new affix for Mythic Plus dungeons, and the changes to Quaking seem to have been nerfed in the next patch. And in classic news, the Horde and the Alliance on Ferelina seem to be at each other's throats once again. Is the extremer ASMONGOLD just a catalyst to this death and destruction, or is this bringing a newfound enjoyment to the classic game style? After the disastrous couple of weeks that Blizzard have had with the Hong Kong and BLIZZCON situation, seeing the Blizzard schedule for BlizzCon is like a gust of fresh air. The schedule has been uploaded to the official BlizzCon site and features a lot of coming soon panels at the Mythic stage, BlizzCon's main stage. The pending announcements could include things like the upcoming World of Warcraft expansion, or the much speculated Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2, so keep an eye on the schedule for further updates. If you're lucky enough to have bought a virtual ticket, you'll also be able to watch the Warcraft themes panels, which include things like the Warcraft Q&A, Voices of Azeroth: A Hero's Journey, and more about the upcoming Warcraft 3 Reforged. This year, everyone can watch the opening ceremony, plus BlizzCon's esports tournaments and the panels mentioned previously, which will immediately follow the opening ceremony, all completely free on BlizzCon.com and the mobile app. Along with the schedule, Blizzard has also opened its all-access gear sale, open to everyone attending BlizzCon and for everyone listening and watching at home. For people attending the con, Blink Store will be open Monday the 28th of October. The recent PTR build introduced the new item upgrade system that will be replacing Warforging and Titan Forging. Every new source of gear that's coming in the update of Season 4 will not be able to Warforge or Titan Forge. However, items from older content will retain an effective ceiling of the item level 455 as it does still today. The items will have a chance of being corrupted by N'Zoth. Corrupted items will have a powerful beneficial property, which we have seen in Nazjatar with the benthic armor, but has a detrimental stat of corruption. Items can have various levels of corruption, depending on how powerful the beneficial upside is. For example, you could have an item which has 4% crit strike and equals to a 10 corruption stat. However, if you have a 6% crit strike item, that could equal to a 15 corruption stat. Corruption represents the influence of N'Zoth, which will have negative effects on the wearer. As corruption increases, a series of drawbacks are activated. You may remember how corruption worked on the Cho'Gall encounter back in Twilight of Bastion. Gear that makes your character worse doesn't sound terribly appealing, but fortunately there are different ways of dealing with corruption. The legendary cloak that players will receive off Rathian at the start of Visions of N'Zoth will negate some of that corruption, and can be upgraded through entering and completing Visions of N'Zoth to provide an even more powerful bulwark against corruption. We'll have more updates on corruption items as we get them. Just like the last couple of seasons, Season 4 is no different for the Mythic Plus affixes. The new affix, starting in Season 4 for Mythic 10 plus keys and above, is called Corrupted. The Corrupted affix will place 4 black obelisks in the dungeon at various points. When interacting with an obelisk, you will cross into N'Zoth's realm and be attacked by the obelisk's defense lieutenants. When the lieutenant dies, a portal will appear on its corpse, allowing you to return to reality. While you are in N'Zoth's realm, you are completely phased from reality, making you immune and invisible to everything in reality. You are able to use these portals to skip whatever you want in that dungeon, as long as you kite the lieutenant to where you want to exit. However, if you don't defeat all 4 lieutenants before defeating the last boss, all remaining lieutenants will teleport to the last boss, and you'll have to kill them at the same time. Just like the Breath of Born Samdi in Season 2, everyone's favourite buff is back. When the timer expires in your Mythic Plus key, you'll have the option to talk to a fish. Yes, you heard that right, fish. To reset your sated debuff, and get a 20% damage and healing buff for the rest of the dungeon. Notably, Season 4 also brings changes to the affix Quaking. Now players can no longer damage themselves with this effect, and damage to nearby allies has now been increased from 20% to 40% of their max health. Now in classic news, this week saw Asmongold's guild Olympus try to assault the Horde lands of Durotar. This is what he had to say to his guild.
We cannot go into Orgrimmar. It's not going to happen. It can't happen. What we can do is we can go right outside Orgrimmar. And we can make sure that nobody else is able to do anything. So guys, let's head on over there right now.
After mustering a great force outside the gates of Orgrimmar, it looked as if they had extended their forces a little too far, and the Horde started to push them out of their capital city, turning that face into this one. Asmongold's response is as follows.
Over here, I don't even know if we're winning or losing. I have no idea. I think that we're losing. Disband all Olympus guilds that aren't good. I feel like we could do that. We could have like a calling of the Olympus members that are shitty. I think, yeah, they beat us. There's no way they didn't beat us. They have way too many fucking people. Yeah, this is like, that's why I feel like every time that we go into Orgrimmar and stuff, we lose so many people. That's yeah, it would have been awesome if we didn't have lag, but like we did. We need to do a better job. Like, that's why I say never go into Orgrimmar. From now on, I am never going back in there. Because this would have not happened if we didn't run into Orgrimmar and lose like 30 people, 40 people. Guys, listen. We can't win Orgrimmar. We just can't do it. The fact is that there will be so many people that can counter us. We will never win.
So it's unclear what Asmongold's next move against the Horde will be, but it looks like the Horde have won this day. Make sure to check back here to keep up on the ongoing conflict. Raid testing has also been underway this week, with people being invited to test the bosses in the new raid. On the PTR, YouTuber and Twitch streamer Preach seems quite pleased with the 10 that he has tested. He is still to test the last 2 bosses, which involved N'Zoth himself. We will have a special report next week on the bosses you'll be facing in the new raid. And that's it for this week's WoW News Report. Next week we shall be reporting live about all things BlizzCon and all the information that is being announced. Join us every day of the con for all hours coverage. If you do miss the live action report, remember to check back here for a special overall response of BlizzCon 2019. That's all from me at Moo News, and I will see you next week. So before uploading this, I just wanted to put this little message at the end of this weird video that I did. I wanted to try something a little bit different, with a little bit of style and putting a little bit of my quirk to it, I guess. I've just set up, I don't know if you can see, new technology. I have a green screen now, I have lights, I have bits and bobs, just to make things a little bit more interactive with you guys. Hopefully those kind of videos will get better as they come along. So bear with me. If you guys didn't enjoy this for whatever reason, or if you've got a way of how it could be improved, please let me know in the comments below. And if any of you bitch and moan about it, I will just put a thumbs up next to your comment, just to kind of go, fuck you. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for your support. And if you want videos like this, and I will be live streaming this kind of style of video throughout BlizzCon next weekend, so if you want to come and see that, watch me on Twitch. I stream most days, don't really have a schedule at the moment, but if you see me on, come and say hi, I'll give shit away, and we can just have a laugh. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very, very soon.